Welcome to the Lovecraft Tapes podcast. This is Case 12, Color of Lightning.
It's like whitish, bluish.
It's the
Pinkish,
same color as the
greenish,
thunder.
blackish, brownish.
I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a sci-fi horror role-playing game. Your investigators of the unknown are Gabe as Roy.
I've decided to try and teach people English without knowing the language that they speak. It will be my service to the world.
Yay.
You're so selfless. That's what I love about you. Matt as Rocky.
I can't believe I'm actually holding hands. This is so gross. I hope she doesn't have cooties. I forgot to get that vaccination update. I was waiting for my booster and it never got around to it.
You're not going to be able to get into shows.
I think Charlene's nickname for Rocky is Booster.
Shut up.
And Brian as Pippa.
Mental note, don't forget to sabotage the elevator.
All right, guys. Well, welcome back, everybody. It's been a little while since we played.
Yeah, a minute.
Yeah, it was really nice to not talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Just
It's literally
skinheads.
been 1 minute.
Just skinheads.
Just the skin.
You know me.
Headbutting
you're gay.
skinheads everywhere, Gabe.
Absolutely. They had it coming. Since
They had it coming.
40 something?
They had it coming.
Well,
all I got.
I'm well. Thanks for asking. I'm just
Oh, no.
trying
We're
to
all right.
We don't
recuperate from a
care.
nap. Never
Trying
have
to
a
get
nap.
the show
people.
started.
Naps
No,
are,
don't sleep
Naps
during
are
the day.
amazing.
Naps. You got to really get the biorhythm right, though. Otherwise, you'll be stuck like me in the trough.
15 minutes or less. Any longer than that, and you're kind of in trouble.
2 hours. Oops.
Just like the dry cleaners.
Yeah. Didn't. Must have been that wine at lunch. I don't
It's
know.
like a carousel for
Wine
clothes.
at lunch. That's me with like bread at lunch.
bread at lunch for Brian. Bread is wine for Brian.
Yes. It's not bread and wine. Bread is
and
wine.
Bread is wine.
You know,
Hard to
bread
drink it out
makes
of
you
the
fat,
glass,
right?
though.
That's right. And kisses kill. Kisses kill,
true.
Brian. Kisses kill.
Trust
All
me,
right,
I know.
listeners, if you would like to provide
Always put salt in your
feedback or praise or just say hi, drop us a letter from beyond on our website at Lovecraft Tapes. Lovecraft Tapes? No. At
Sometimes.
lovecrafttapes.com.
Lovecraft Tapes is my secret hate site that I run for my own podcast.
You don't want to go there, though. You have to
Exactly.
be 24 or older.
Ooh.
Only
comes
in
the
the
lag.
United States. In Russia, it's only 16.
Oh, goof.
Oh, well, that leads us into our sponsor, NordVPN.
Yikes.
Have you tried these new earphones?
I think they're called
right.
Raycons.
They're
Raycons.
super
You can
good.
save 15% on your purchase by going to raycon.com/Lovecraft Tapes.
No, it's Ray-Bans.
But they still go in your ears.
All right. Well, guys, this show is brought to you in part by our generous fans and supporters on patreon.com/Lovecraft Tapes. So thanks, guys. We don't have any special thanks this month because we did it last time. But
Because now we got a real sponsor.
screw all you guys.
You
In
guys
my
get
face.
sponsored?
Hashtag not sponsored, right? It was that Phil Thulu came
right.
up with that one. I like that. Hashtag not sponsored.
Oh, we came up with that.
Did we do that? I meant Gabe
Well,
came
Gabe
up with
and
that.
I did about 3 weeks ago.
Is that right? Hashtag
No.
not sponsored.
Nope.
If there's not a
Yeah,
t-shirt,
that's-
it doesn't exist.
That's right.
All right. Before we begin, we need to take a quick commercial break. So, guys,
But
go
wait a
ahead
minute.
and roll that.
We have a
sweet
sponsor
D.
now. We don't need to do the
Yeah, right. Here comes the
commercial
lag from Justin. That's weird. I didn't hear the audio come in from that Ko-Fi, but thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. All right, let's do some. Okay, so I gotta roll. Well, I gotta roll low, don't I? Or medium. I gotta roll medium here because you guys are going nuts. I did roll medium. Oh shit, but I'm still low. So I'll be the buyer, and looks like Matt's the seller. So let's have at it.
All right.
Sell it, Matt. Sell your body. The commercial.
Hey, you there.
Have you seen my mommy?
Look, kid, I don't have a whole lot of time. They're looking for me.
That's what
But
Uncle
before
Frank
I-
said.
Wait, Frank, I know he was in the cell next to mine. Look, I don't have a whole lot of time here, but I do got one thing I got to get off of me before they take me back to the clink.
I think that's illegal, sir.
Only in the continental U.S. You go to Hawaii, Alaska,
Okay.
you're fine.
I like to go to Alaska.
Tell me this: you ever been playing a game and you're just not doing well? I mean, who hasn't? You know, you're losing.
Are you
It's not
spying
looking
on
too
me?
good. I mean, no. Just don't pay attention to the teddy bear in the corner of the room. So look, you're not doing well. You don't want to admit that you're not doing well. You know what? I got just the thing for you right here. Is this you see this magic button?
Oh, it's blue. That's beautiful.
So if you're not doing too well, all you have to do is slam down on this button, and a little guy will pop up from behind your TV and yell, "Here comes the lag!" And then you have an excuse as to why you're not doing too well.
What's the little guy's name? It's not.
His
Bill,
name is Giles, but that's not important.
Giles, okay.
So anytime you're any place, you just hit the button and Giles just comes up and yells, "Here comes the lag!" It's a really really great way to get out of having to really admit that you're losing, because you're not losing, because it's the lag clearly.
Can I use it to not take out the garbage?
Oh yeah, totally. Lag is a great excuse for not doing your chores. If you I can't take out the garbage, Mom, I'm lagging. You hit the button and she goes, "Oh, here comes the lag," and she's like, "Well, don't worry about it. I'll do it for you." Don't want to take that test? Lag. You don't want to have to go to the doctors? You got lag.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Fieldstone. I didn't do my homework because the lag ate it.
Perfect. You're already on your way, kid. So I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. So you're gonna go up to your mom and you're gonna ask her for her credit card, and then just bring that on back to me, and this button's all yours.
Okay, well, she has a credit card, but she actually has 7 of them. They're all under different names. Is that a problem?
No, just get as many of them as she'll give you, and I'll take care of it from there. No need to worry.
Okay, that's not a problem. I could just dig around right next to her handgun, and I'll grab that for you.
Yep. Just you gotta be quick though. I can't hang around for much longer. I think I hear sirens.
Sirens, like the ones in the ships, and they sing to the sailors and they drown?
No, like the department store sirens,
Oh, like Mannequin. I love that movie. My dad says I'm too young, but he's an asshole.
You know what? Tell you what, I'm gonna give this to you now. I'm gonna come. I'll be outside your bedroom window tonight. You better have it by then. All right, I'll be
not
waiting.
coming outside my bedroom window.
Only once I get the credit cards.
My OnlyFans blue button. Oh, why does it say that?
So if anybody asks, you didn't see me. I wasn't here, and I went that way.
All right, thanks, Mr. Lag. I mean, I
Audio podcast here.
that's the best I could do. All right. And we're back. What'd you guys think of that product and/or service?
Well, after taking sensitivity training today about sexual harassment and abuse of children, I can't agree with this product right now.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. That was like product we've ever had on this show.
Oh, real lag. Did you say something before?
No, it was the product. It was the product we've ever had on the show.
Ooh.
I'm using it right now.
I'm soaking in it.
Now.
It's the best.
Now.
Oops, sorry guys. The answer we were looking for was adequate. The product and/or service was adequate. Better luck next time. And for those playing at home, today's secret buzzword was mellifluous. If you said it aloud at any time during this broadcast, your smart devices reported it back to our headquarters, and $17,000 is now directly deposited into your primary savings account. Congratulations! Until next time, I'm Jonathan Harker saying, don't forget to spay or neuter your third-born child.
Preach on, brother.
Oh, see you guys next week. It was fun.
Wait, that might be me.
Wait, snip. Woohoo! Now, dear investigators, we play Case 12, Tape 11, Jaunt to a Foreign Land. Previously on the Lovecraft tapes. Light and dark are two sides of the same coin, and sometimes it's difficult to tell them apart when you're standing beneath gray skies, both beckoning with the same promise of a more prosperous future. Pippa recovers from an assault, her anger boiling over until she's not sure who might be friend and who might be foe. Roy unsuccessfully tries to track down his brother before the police apprehend him for murder, though eventually the two Arroyos encounter a very much changed Charlene, who has an odd proposition that's a bit different than what Rocky may have been expecting. With the Twilight Sideshow grand opening only hours away, the investigators need to plan their next actions very quickly. Pippa. Madame Starbuck leads you out of Charlene's apartment, her hand gently clasping yours. You feel an electric tingle pass between your fingertips, and then suddenly, you're standing inside a darkened tent, the only light emitted from a kerosene lantern hanging high overhead but turned down low. Starbuck smiles and disengages her warm grip as you battle a wave of disorientation. "It'll pass," she says. "The first jaunt is always the hardest." You try to speak, but a rush of hot acid bubbles up from your stomach to fill your mouth. Gagging, you spit it on the sawdust-covered ground. Starbuck rubs your back. "You'll get used to it. Don't worry. Just breathe. In through your mouth." No, say that. "Just breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth.
But
That's it. Breathe." Slowly, you feel some semblance of equilibrium begin to return. "Good," Starbucks purrs. "Give it a few more minutes. Please, help yourself to anything that strikes your fancy. And when you're ready, join me in the next room." Before you can gasp out a question, she is gone, leaving you alone. At your back, you sense a glowing luminescence steadily getting brighter.
Well, I definitely don't want to look at it. I slowly turn around.
You slowly turn around to see what appear to be 3 stations, each lit under their own separate spotlight from an unknown source high overhead.
it's probably a source for, let's be honest here.
It depends on the size of the tent. If it's too close, you'll get the heat from it. What could burn.
Yeah, well, I mean,
The
if we're thinking like
sawdust on the
full-sized circus big top, I'm thinking there's enough room in there for
Yeah, that's
maybe
what
a
I.
small
Yeah,
fridge.
good idea. Hold that for a second. How big is this tent that I'm in?
The first spotlight displays a bar cart with a chilled bottle of Chardonnay and a single glass set next to a bowl full of ripe figs. Under the second spotlight is a ceramic clawfoot tub, under which are burning embers, with steam rising from the water, and a rack on the side with several French perfumed soaps.
Oh.
The third spotlight illuminates a portable clothes rack upon which hangs a single simple black dress.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put on the black dress. I'm going to grab the food, and I'm going to get in the tub.
In that order specifically.
And then the game resets
She
and
wants
you're back
to
to the
shrink.
Oh, I'm not going to eat any of the food. I just want it floating around me.
You hear
Oh, man.
A buzzer.
Clearly, you need to dump the food into the bathtub.
Well, after my last experience here with food, there's no way in hell I'm touching it. I don't know what's been done to it.
Not touching it.
The bath does look appealing, but I'm still too angry to relax. So I'm all clenched up.
I haven't pooped for days.
Well,
I'm
I don't-
clenching.
maybe I should have some of those figs. Yeah, flesh out.
Gotta keep regular.
No,
Go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
as
Pippa.
Gabe would say. There it is.
I often say nope. So
Oh.
Nope.
Hey!
Oh!
All right, boys.
That's what you
I'm
get.
out.
don't make
Oh,
fun
boy.
of me.
I needed a 30.
Oh, boy.
I rolled a 100. That's a fumble. So everything I just described before happens. Except the dress smothers me under the water and I die. What don't I see?
You go blind.
Cool, brah. It's going to come later and that's going to suck.
Both your
I
eyes
had
pop out of your head and
plans.
start rolling around in the dirt.
Oh, I had plans. I had so many plans.
Well,
What am I currently wearing anyway?
My plan.
You had gone back to your house. You had changed for the open house, and that's what you're wearing. But of course, you were knocked unconscious.
Right, so I went straight to Charlene's apartment
Essentially, you did. Yeah.
in the outfit I have for that. So I'm dressed up.
You're
But it's
you're more or less
probably-
dressed up in your your open house situation.
Yeah.
And but you got like schmutzy dirt
Yeah,
from
yeah.
falling on the ground and the whole thing.
And I ate half that apple pie.
You're a putz.
You're a putz. What are you doing on the ground? You putz.
Get up. All right. I'm just gonna go into the next room.
Okay. And so you walk into the next room. I'm going to need you to roll a POW, please.
Pow. Jesus Christ.
Nice. Thank you, Crossy.
No, it's not nice.
At least it
Hopefully
wasn't
it's
another
not nice.
fumble.
That was
It a
almost a
99.
fumble.
I needed a 60. I rolled a 99. That's a fail. Something is wrong. I'm going to reboot my computer real quick.
Can you fumble those kinds of
Holy
rolls? I don't
crap.
think you can.
That was
So-
pretty damn close.
Pippa is still feeling sick to her
Yes.
stomach a bit and angry, of course, about just this whole situation.
About her rolling.
But as you determinedly turn away from the tableau set before you and begin to walk back towards the tent opening where Starbuck left, your stomach settles almost instantly
Oh.
and actually growls a little bit.
Oh.
And the anger that you felt dissipates as if it were drained out of you. And all you can think about is how good that Chardonnay would taste. And without realizing it, you've already turned in that direction and are walking and pouring yourself a glass of the Chardonnay.
Nice.
You feel slightly drunk,
Happy.
even as you tip the glass to your lips. And you taste...
Is it a good year?
The very familiar vintage that you buy all the time. It's not an expensive Chardonnay, but it's a sensibly priced one. It's a box. You squeeze the box. It's got a little cap.
It's just a giant box.
You toggle the
Just
tap
like
back
at
and forth.
home. Now I gotta go get the cookie dough out the fridge.
And
It's a 2018 vintage.
You feel the warming, calming, soothing,
Familiar
effects of the wine as it slips down your throat sensuously. And your fingers move by themselves to pluck one of the ripe figs and just slip it past your lips, licking the fingertips, the seeds, the seed all over the
My seed?
the fig seeds on your fingertips, and it just this explosion of sweetness and
Jeremy, this is a family
sort
show.
of earthen
hell is
qualities of
happening?
the figs mingle perfectly with the Chardonnay.
Now I have to take a bath.
And you actually, your other finger, you have 3 hands now. Oh, what the hell? You've set the glass down and you are unbuttoning
My shoes.
blazer.
Oh,
And
Stupid
you
button-up shoes.
begin to undress.
myself?
Yes.
No,
With
me.
your eyes though.
Yeah,
With your teeth.
in the mirror.
And we'll leave you there as you begin to undress.
Half undressed. Thanks.
undressed.
It's gonna be
That's
faded
it.
black.
That's all you're
Jackass.
getting. That's all you're getting.
It's a PG-13, Brian. We
Yeah,
have to keep that PG-13.
I got to get
Fuck.
up early tomorrow.
Got it out of the way.
You know, it's, yeah, I gotta go.
PG-13.
All right, we'll move on here.
We get one F-bomb, guys.
I
Don't
already
waste
said it. I already said it.
You already said
Done. Great. Now we're R.
No, you can save it. Just say after dark.
After dark. Fuck.
See, it's
PG-13
okay.
after. What the hell does that mean?
Let's come on a lag after dark. No, what? No, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
Fig seeds.
PG-13, Jeremy.
Oh,
PG-13.
Forgot. Okay. Okay, here we go. Rocky. Your head is spinning, senses still dizzy from the teleportation. Charlene called it jumping, and that makes sense because the bottom of your feet hurt slightly, as if you'd leapt from a 2-story building and landed on hard concrete. She is leaning casually against one wall, decorated with a wood-carved map of Arkham, chewing a wad of gum, watching you with a mixture of amusement and raw attraction. When she sees you looking at her, she winks. "We got a little time before Roy gets here," she says, and nods her head suggestively in the direction of the storeroom, raising her eyebrows comically. You can't quite tell if she's serious or not. Lem, who is stocking pamphlets a few feet away, suddenly startles into half-awareness. "Huh? What's that, Rocky? You want to know the time? It's 1/2 the monkey's ass. Ain't that what you and your brother used to tell me back in the day? Hardy har har." Still chuckling, he continues to slip colorful printed media into the wrong slots.
I ever do still have that disdain for teleportation. Why can't people just move normally through time and space?
Yeah, but what fun is that?
You don't have to worry about temporal slip displacement, though. Seen that happen before. It's not pretty.
You weren't looking at my temporal slip, were you?
Men died that day.
Yeah, all right, whatever. So, what time? How long is it gonna take Roy to get here? You think?
Longer than you think, but not quite long enough.
What do we do in the meantime? Yeah, I wasn't kidding about the stockroom thing. Or was I?
So, just clear this up for me.
Sure.
I'm still putting pieces together.
Yeah, sure thing, hun. What's up?
So you are looking for a complete set of these star stones, correct?
Well, yeah, these two are pretty nice together. I mean, I get a little certain jolt, like we talked about, but gotta have the complete set if we want to do the thing.
And Starbuck has the third one.
Yeah.
And you're trying to use those to enter something called the Library City.
Correctamundo. You are
All
pretty
right.
sharp. I always like that about you. You're like one step ahead.
Well, this many years in the field, you pick up a thing or two.
Oh, so you play the field a lot, do you?
Only when no one else will. Generally, they stick me with the cases that have more than one dead body attached for some reason.
Are you trying to neg me?
I don't think you can say that anymore. It's not politically correct.
Oh.
All right, Mr. Smarty Pants. Yes. So this one is called the Abernathy stone. That's my stone. That's my dad's stone, my great-great-grandfather's stone. And this one is, well, it used to be Pippa's, so you know what we call that, don't you? The Chatterton stone. Just little nicknames they came up with a long time ago. But of course, we need the Starbucks stone to really throw a party.
It's party time.
What? Party?
Yes, Lem, I think you have a pamphlet about party safety in the storage room. You might want to go get that.
Yeah, would you mind getting it for me? Okay, but remember where I put it.
Going to grab him and spin him in the direction of the storage closet and just give him a little bit of a push. It's in that direction, Lem. Just
And the storage closet is actually quite a big room. Seems to contain quite a lot of material. Where's light switch?
right over here, Lem, and I'm gonna click the lights on for him.
Holy shit! Let there be light! Jesus, is that you? I'm coming soon!
Coming.
Do you know how
Here
your
comes the
wife
leg!
feels about you making those jokes, Lem?
Hey, Rocky, you give me a hand back here? I know I put it somewheres.
We'll be right back. I'm gonna turn to Charlene, and then I'm just gonna click the door shut.
You hear muffled.
After these messages.
Monkey's ass. So, hon, what do you want to do? Now that we have a little privacy.
Well, clearly we're going to need some sort of plan here. I mean, Starbuck probably has some degree of preparation and understanding of what's going to happen tonight. The question is how do you outplay that?
Well, I've been thinking about it a little bit, and I have this plan, okay? So what we do is we're going to need a distraction, right? And I saw this in a movie once. And I think what we'd like to have you do is step one, strip down naked. So if you took off like all your clothes, like everything, like that would be a huge and then just run through the middle of town. What do you think?
Normal Saturday.
I mean, some people might pay to see that, but I have a $5, I think, in my wallet.
Well, my OnlyFans is more expensive than that, sweetheart.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, here comes the lag. Okay. At that stage, Lem bursts out of the storage room. Oh, there you are. For a minute, I was back of the coffin.
Lem, you've always been several steps away from a coffin.
Half past monkey's head. I couldn't find it. Damn place is mess. I can't find anything back there.
Tell you what.
I need Roy to
you tell you
help
what,
me out.
Lem.
Yeah,
Lem.
Grandma.
Right here, Lem. right here.
Oh,
You keep Charlene company. I'm going to go find you a pamphlet for you. And I'm going to walk into the supply. I'm going to walk into the supply closet and close the door behind me.
okay. Nice. And, okay. And what are you going to do in there?
I'm going to very frantically search around and see if there's a back door.
Yes. All right. Go ahead and give me a spy hidden.
Wrong back door, Matt.
Oh, you know it.
I do?
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, Schnitzelheimer Schnitz.
I needed a 60. I rolled a 2. That's an extreme.
So you're looking at the far wall, and you see this sort of outline of where a door probably was once upon a time, but it's been bricked up. However, it was behind this bookcase, just basically some metal shelving. And as you're moving this metal shelving out of the way to see if like maybe there's a secret trigger or something to get it open, you see a peculiar looking folder, which it appears that Lem may have been fiddling with a couple moments ago, and it's actually right next to some pamphlets that he was looking for. And you see just a little bit of a slip coming out of the paper, out of the folder, that has a very familiar seal upon it that you recognize immediately from the Massachusetts Correctional Institution.
Gonna pull the folder out and open it up and see what's inside.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and share this with you, and you can read this. There you go.
Massachusetts Correctional Institution, November 19th, 1957. In pursuant to the events of July 19th, 1947, see attached notes RE: Arkham arson, it is the recommendation of this review board that Lemworth Dort Munderson be hereby remanded to his own custody and released from the correctional facility in Norfolk, Massachusetts immediately for time served and good behavior.
Aww.
All right, we're going to go ahead and leave you there. That little stinger. Roy. You trudge through the woods on the outskirts of Arkham, walking an old dirt trail you used to hike when you were a kid, and which you know leads to the visitor center another mile away. It's fine. You needed the exercise and fresh air anyway. At least, that's what you tell yourself as the July afternoon heat and humidity soak through your clothes, sweat dripping from your furrowed brow. That lobster roll isn't sitting so well in the bottom of your guts right now. Mayo and heavy bread swirling like churned buttermilk. Thankfully, clouds obscure the blazing summer sun. They hang in the air, scudding low, bruised and straining at the seams, wanting so badly to burst rain, but for some reason unable to, yet. Even the birds seem to sense the impending storm, their maddening chirps like the babbling of lunatics just before medication time. You're envisioning a cool glass of water and full-tilt air conditioning at your destination when you see a familiar slipshod treehouse just off the pathway a couple 100 feet tucked into a clearing. Is that your old fort? The one you built with Rocky? After all these years, how can it still be standing?
You mean the one that I built and he sat and watched?
As you stare unbelieving, a shadow inside moves furtively past the open window.
Fertily?
I'll approach it.
PG-13, Brian.
As you approach, you see it is that same ramshackle fort that you built. Remind us again what that experience was like. How'd you guys come upon the lumber and all that?
Well, it's kind of crazy to me considering that the backstory was that we didn't interact much as kids. But, well, we As kids, we always broke into the old lumber yard just because we knew that old man Cronwall had nothing he could do about it, being that, he lost his legs and all that. But he always used to try and chase us out in his wheelchair, and he just couldn't do it because we'd go uphill, and that'd be... So we knew that if we all sent, over the months we took it piece by piece, We didn't ever want to take too much at one time, just because we wanted to get a little laugh in every time we got one piece. So we'd go down, we'd grab a piece, and we'd bring it back here, threw a bunch of leaves on top of it so nobody would see it, and then once we got it all, we started building.
Nice. And maybe this was, as you said, you and Rocky never really interacted a whole lot, but maybe this was the one thing that you guys did do together, and it was like maybe the only thing that sort of brought you closer together all those years ago.
Yeah.
And everything's been shit since then.
That and the heroin.
That and the heroin, yeah. You guys were both junkies.
Yeah, we had a good time with that heroin.
Yeah, that was fun.
So yeah, and you're completely amazed that this thing is still standing. It is quite ramshackle after all these decades, and
I'm not amazed. I built well.
Right, you did build well, and let's say that there was even the one piece that is actually still in great shape is the screen door that you built from scratch. It's a little off kilter maybe, but it's there, and you can see that the flooring inside appears to be, through the screen door, you can see the flooring still appears to be intact, and you hear a shuffle from inside.
Playing cards.
Well, I'll sort of draw long sleeves out a little bit and sort of check out the inside.
So you go up the ladder, which is just let's say, 5 feet. It's not much. And you test each of the rungs to make sure it'll still hold your weight. And a couple of them have been broken, and you notice one has actually been broken recently. The rung has ripped out of its moorings, despite the great craftsmanship that you used so many decades ago.
Kids are fatter.
Exactly. And you draw long sleeves and open the screen door and climb into the fort. The fort, of course, is a simple room. It's probably about, 15 by 20, something along those lines. Just a place where you guys would gather and maybe, read magazines that you weren't supposed to be reading, and drinking soda that you maybe lifted from the local grocers. And the one thing you don't expect to see is someone seated in the far corner next to what appears to be your old lockbox from your house, the one that you kept under your bed. It's a sort of an army regulation lockbox, about 3 feet long and 1.5 feet wide, a place where you would keep personal objects. And this person sitting there in shadow says, "Hello, Roy. It's been a while. I've been waiting for you." And the weird thing is, it sounds a little bit like your old voice. And the figure slouches forward, and you see Declan wearing your old body, which has deteriorated to an almost liquefied state. The left eye milky and blind. And I'm going to need you to roll for sanity.
Roy, roll for sanity. I failed. I needed a 53. I got an 84.
All right, we're gonna need you to roll a d4, please.
Can't be worse than
What
4.
for?
3.
All right, so you're going to take 3 points of sanity damage for seeing your old body.
Fun sanity, though.
3 points. Now, yeah, so
Out sanity.
out sanity. So, yeah, I think at this stage, because you were at 50, right?
It was at 53.
53. So now you're at 50. So you didn't quite hit the threshold of 48. I think is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not. You didn't trigger a bout of madness, but you will
Yes.
take that. And so you essentially collapse opposite of the corpse, and you're both sitting like mirror images on the floor. He's sitting with his one arm next, lounging on this trunk that used to belong to you, this lockbox, and you have long sleeves out, but it's resting in your lap. You're just not even sure what to do at this stage, and you look down at your hand. And it looks like the skin is starting to flake away from your hand. But you blink, and then it's okay again. And Declan, sitting across from you, says, "It took you long enough to get here. How you been, Roy?"
Well, based on looking at me, I haven't been too well.
Well, at least you've managed to keep that body looking okay.
Smoker's cough.
All them
The hell
smokers'
did
coughs
you-
add up.
Globs of mayo just.
I think Gabe's throwing up.
And Gabe just puked.
Blah.
What did you do to me?
I think someone did something to us. I gotta tell you, it was no fun waking up in your grave.
No take backsies.
I haven't had too much fun walking around in your soulless life either.
I lost my soul long ago. I'm sure Rocky could tell you all about that. How is he anyways?
He's doing all right. He seems to be the one out of this whole scenario that's not suffering like the rest of us.
He's got a new girlfriend. He's making
doing rather
crepes like
well.
a professional.
Well, he always had luck on his side.
Only 46 of it.
That's why I don't look at him as much of an arroyo as the rest of us.
I can see why you think that way now. This is about as unlucky as you can get.
It runs in the family.
Well, Roy, I've been looking for you for a while now, as you can imagine. And I hope you don't mind I help myself to this box. And he clangs his arm on the Army military lockbox next to him.
Joke's on him. It's full of Auto Trader magazines.
Sports Illustrated. Oh, that's
Why do they have to put the staple right there?
It's all swimsuit editions. Oh, hell.
Yeah.
I do owe your wife a bit of an apology, though. She caught sight of me, and I suppose she decided to move elsewhere.
Son of a bitch.
Thought the house was haunted. I guess in a way it was.
It was a haunting that didn't need to take place.
I tried to find a solution, but this appears to be permanent. Which is what I need to talk to you about.
Well, go ahead. I can tell you didn't take it all that seriously, so I don't know why you're going to start now.
Here. And he pushes the lockbox toward you. This is all here is now. I think you'll find everything there.
And I'll sort of open it with my foot.
The first thing you see inside the lockbox is a folded American flag.
I'll pick that up and sort of rest it on my lap.
Beneath the flag is a framed photo of Raid. Next to what appears to be your death certificate. And beneath these two items are some very familiar pieces of gear. Trilby, your old 45 6-shooter with 12 bullets. The Encyclopedia Britannica, Volume H. A $2 bill.
Ooh.
A flare gun with 2 flares. A crowbar. And of course, a screen door repair kit.
And I'll put Trilby on.
Nice. That looks good on you, Roy. But I need you to do me a favor.
I can see you didn't do me any favors, so what do you need?
I need out of this body. Now, I see that 6-shooter and it...
And I'll cut him off. I'll stand up and I'll shoot him in the face.
And just before he goes, you see this smile crack, his teeth glinting, and he spits out, "Tell your brother, we'll always have Pango Pango." And then you blow his head to smithereens. Yeah. All right, let's move back to Pippa.
Pango Pango!
Wango,
That's what
wango.
I'm singing Wango Wango in the tub.
So Pippa,
Yes.
you are now standing beneath the kerosene lantern, freshly bathed and dressed in nothing but the black dress. Feeling calm and collected and more than a little tipsy, to be honest, but strangely satiated and somewhat more powerful.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas.
The words and rituals of your spells that you have memorized are circling like spinning ceiling fans in your mind.
Ooh. I cast death to all.
Into all a good night.
Forever. I'm going to do one more cursory glance around the room.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up my clothes that are on the floor and put them up where the food was at.
On
So
the
they're
bar
not-
cart?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to straighten up, brush myself off,
Fly right.
straighten my dress, and exit with confidence to the next room.
And you exit into what is clearly the big top.
I puke everywhere.
And beneath this massive tent, under a bright spotlight, waiting for you, is Madame Starbuck, wearing the exact same black dress. Although,
Well, this is embarrassing. One of you is going to have to change, clearly.
It's on purpose.
although the size obviously is quite a bit larger than your
Nope.
size.
Mine's the same size. I'm just having a
Calling
hard
her
time
fat?
walking in it.
Thick.
It's very long.
And she
The
is
dress.
standing next to what appears to be an oversized dollhouse that vaguely resembles Blaine Manor.
Are you kidding me?
Pippa, welcome. You're looking lovelier than ever. Was everything to your satisfaction?
Honestly, I don't really. It went so fast. I can't really remember. I just feel at peace.
I'm so happy to hear that. I've waited for someone like you for a long, long time. Please come, join me.
PG-13.
I'm with my head on a swivel. I slowly walk towards her, making sure that
are you, a
nothing's to
Muppet?
either side of me. Yeah,
Are those spotlights source 4?
I'm walking over to you. Oh shit! He fell.
And she extends her hand as you approach.
I clasp it like in
like
in Predator.
Predator.
We flex
We're
as
the
we
best.
hold tight. Around.
And she clasps your hand and brings you close and says, "Do you like my house?"
Looks like a model of Blaine Manor, actually.
Ooh, you have a great eye, but I guess
What about this one?
being a niece of Skeletor, the Realtor, you would have that. Yes, I'm glad you like it so much. I took great pains to assemble it. Well, my crew, of course, they are meticulous with their construction, and
Made entirely out of toothpicks.
it is to scale. And
No. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Blaine Manor's much bigger.
What is this, a house for ants?
this
It
is the
needs to be
Hot
at least
Wheels
twice
variety.
this size.
There's a track inside. Oh. Well, Pippa, I must confess that I've dreamed about this moment. I have been looking for someone of your particular qualities, and she steps even closer to you, mere inches away, looking down at you because of her great height.
I'm still hiding the fly swatter behind my back, right?
Absolutely. And she reaches up and sort of caresses your arms and holds them firmly. I have been so lonely these many centuries. Do you get lonely, Pippa?
Well, I'd be lying if I said that I don't. So, I don't.
And I think we both know why that is. This world was not made for us.
Is a vampire.
Was not created by us. But by them. Men. Surely you must have felt that.
I haven't. Don't call me Shirley.
Hashtag fuck the patriarchy, am I right, boys?
Woo!
I mean, I know how Tommy Doyle reacted.
He's just one of many.
Many.
And he'll be the first of many who get what's coming to them. You and I, we can rule over them, make them our playthings, use them. Will you be my sister?
Oh, whoa. Put in the friend zone quick.
PG-13.
Sheesh. Sister, huh?
Sister, sister.
Sister Christian, you're the only one.
It's the second time you got my name
Copyright,
wrong.
Jeremy. We're going to get taken down for that.
Taken down!
Oh, yeah.
Night
You
Ranger.
two police are here! Everybody run!
Open up, Night Ranger Police.
Oh, we've been demonetized.
Oh, darn it. We didn't make that 13 cents? Oh, wait, no, we owed that. This is so much to take in.
I understand it. This is
Right now
must be so
I
weird
feel
for you.
no anger towards anybody, but I should. And the one that I should feel anger towards isn't a man.
Is it me? Is anybody else here?
No, it's not you.
Well,
It's Charlene.
yes, Charlene. And she has the keys that we need to make this happen.
To the house downtown that's for sale?
Yes, Jane Russa.
No.
We need to get Charlene's starstones in order
One
to...
of those stones is mine.
Exactly. Rightfully back in your possession.
It's my birthright.
Obsession, obsession.
But Kevin Klein.
Just a case of possession. Okay. We need to retrieve those stones, and I believe we'll have the opportunity shortly.
Look, I'm not that short.
Shorty. But in the meantime, you know what sisters do, don't you?
Fight a lot?
And play a lot. We can play dollies. Would you like to play?
PG-13, Jeremy.
Would you like to play dollies?
PG-13.
Dollies with me? And she reaches back to the Blaine
Dolly
Manor
Parton?
dolly house and opens up the front. And inside you see Tina Quinlan shrunken down to about a foot. Her mouth sewn shut. Seated at a tiny tea room table next to Tommy Doyle, who has also been shrunk down, except his arms and legs have been sutured, chopped off, and sutured shut. So they're just stumps. And his eyes cauterized. His tongue cut out. You can see the stump just flapping in his open mouth as he tries to speak, making the most awful and barely audible squeaking sound and clicking in the back of his throat. Tears are running down Tina Quinlan's face from her eyes as she looks up at you.
I look at Starbuck. You can't do that to her. Not to her.
She is one of our toys now. And we'll switch back to Rocky.
No.
I feel a disturbance in the force. Like somebody mentioned something that we don't like to talk about.
Here comes the
Like
lag.
lag?
So you just read this strange bit of obviously clearly release papers from the Massachusetts Correctional Institute in the storeroom of the visitor center.
Do you ever wonder?
Gonna grab the box of pamphlets that was sitting next to it that Lem was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Going to walk out of the storeroom. Gonna open the door. Lem, buddy, set the box down. Pal,
Roy? Oh, no, it's the other one.
you never told me that you spent time in the clink,
Oh,
the Huskow,
what?
the guardhouse, lockup.
The old pen.
Yeah.
Pal?
Pal? Yes, it was a while back, but yes, indeed, up in North Fork.
See here, it says that your lockup was in pursuant to the events of a certain July 19th,
Oh, yeah, let me read
back
that.
in 47.
Yep, there, that says that right there, yep.
Isn't that also the same day that a fire burned down Starbuck Circus the last time she was here?
Well, that's exactly right. Were you there too?
No, but I read the papers.
Oh, the funny papers. Monkey's ass.
So, Lem,
Yes.
did you do it?
Well, yes, I had to do it.
What do you mean you had to do it?
Well, Harvey said so. He said we had to get Wallace back. But we couldn't.
Do you remember what his plan was to get Wallace back?
Well, we were going to rescue Wallace, but because, well, me and Wallace, we're kind of sweet on each other. So I helped Harvey, his brother, and we headed up to the sideshow. Didn't know what to expect, but they ruined him. They turned Wallace into some kind of freak. And then they killed him. So Harvey got the stone and I lit the fire and took the rap.
That's quite brave of you, Lem. Didn't know you had it in you.
Well, I'm not proud of it. Not proud of it at all, but she had it coming. Now she's back, isn't she?
Afraid so.
Well,
Chances are she's here for the same thing she was here for last time.
well, I see this young lady here. She's got that same stone that Javi took. Javi Abernathy. Oh,
Yes, Charlie, you did say that Harvey was your great-grandfather? Your grandfather, something like that?
That's right. That's what I said. It's all there in black and white. Ching ching.
oh, you're a spitting image.
Spittoon's over there, Lem.
But now she's got another stone. That can't
Yes.
be good.
No, it's not.
And Lem suddenly reaches forward and grabs you by the lapels and pulls you forward with unnatural strength and breathes desiccated breath in your face and says,
Rocky, listen to me. You gotta stop her. We gotta get that stone before she gets her revenge tonight. The grand opening. We have to hit her before then.
and then he lets go of your lapel suddenly and says,
Oh, where I put that pamphlet?
wanders away.
The stale breath of Ensure.
Gonna turn around. Oh, now where is Roy? I really thought he would have been here by now.
And Charlene disappears. And in the
And I
blink of an
run away.
eye, she is back, leaning up against the map, chewing her gum. She says, "Oh, he'll be here in 3, 2, 1." And Roy walks into the door. The visitor
Had
center.
other plans.
I know, buddy, but we gotta move it on.
But it was gonna be good.
Well,
He was gonna go down to
now's
the
your
old
chance to
lumber
use that
yard
plan.
and
Okay, well, as I was leaving the treehouse,
of horrors.
I drape the flag over my / Declan's body,
Nice.
and I take the flare gun and I shoot it, add to it to burn the treehouse down.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so you'll have one flare left in that.
Yes.
Cool, very cool. And
Good tribute after shooting him in the face.
right? Yeah. Here you go, buddy. Burn up.
Love you, body.
Love you, but dead body. And you're now joining Charlene and Rocky and Lem at the visitor
Stock
center.
hop. Oh, visitor center.
Hey,
Oh,
Lem.
Roy! Oh, good to see you. This guy's a bit of a wet rag.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him either.
The girl's okay.
I don't agree, but we can move along. How you been, Lem?
Oh, but I just can't seem to remember where I put anything these days.
That's because you can't see and you have no brain left.
A monkey's ass.
All right, Rock. What did you find out?
I'm going to slide over the folder with Lem's release papers in it and show him, let him read over it. So,
share
you
it
see
with
our-
him so he can read it.
Pamphlet-loving friend here was apparently part of the team that stopped Starbuck the last time she was in town.
Why didn't you tell me this before, Lem?
Oh, what? Tell what? Who?
I knew you had it in you.
It's inside me. Oh, God. Shouldn't ate that taco burrito. Oh.
How? To you, Rocky. That's a question to you.
Oh, you kind of
'cause
broke
we
up
were
a little
having-
bit. There,
Oh, you
Roy.
cut
we
out
did-
for a second. I heard
We
hat.
didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. How did he do it?
So, you see, apparently, Lem here was attempting to rescue Wallace. Him and Harvey were working together to try and save Wallace because at some point they were together, I guess you could say. But something went wrong and Lem burnt down the tent and then took the rap for it.
Is that why you got in trouble way back then, Lem?
Yeah, burn it. I still got the Zippo. That's what we gotta do is we gotta burn it. Let's go
Seems
burn
easy
it.
enough.
Hey, Lem, I'll give you $20 for that Zippo.
Make him do
No, I
it.
can't do that. I got this in the clink. It's a new Zippo. Just bought
So
it.
it's not the one that you burnt it with.
I had to sell that one.
To who?
In the clink? For another Zippo.
Sold it to the clink. I traded
For
it
another
for Zippo
Zippo.
for rights and privileges. Yeah, I worked on this one at the Zippo factory.
That was next door to the jail.
And all I got for it was Bubkiss.
For some reason,
You got a
it seems
Zippo.
like having convicts manufacture lighters was a bad idea. I don't know why, but
This
it
one
was a
works
bad
good,
idea.
though. It works good.
Will it
Look, I
light
can
on
adjust the
first
flame
time?
and everything.
That's very nice, Lem. So, Charlene, tell me, earlier
Yeah, hon.
you mentioned that you can see into the future.
Well, yes, I did mention that. And I know
So
what you're
how
going to say, so if
Well, then answer the question. I mean, you know what I'm going to say.
I'm limited a little bit, okay? I know that she is at the carnival. She's in the big tent right now. I can sense her, but I can't see.
Would you happen to know if she can see in the same way that you can?
No, that's the beautiful thing. I have 2 of the stones. I am able to do things that she cannot do, and that's how we're going to get her other stone. We're one step ahead of her. Plus, I've got you guys, so I mean, come on. And Lem back
I
there with the
wouldn't
lighter.
discount Starbuck.
No, she is tricky, but she's kind of old, like centuries old. I understand, and she's getting a little sloppy. Time to move over. Let the new kids on the
Unless
block.
she wants you to think that she's getting sloppy.
But if she thinks that you
well.
think that I think she's sloppy.
I don't try to think that far ahead in advance. Hey, Roy, did I tell you my great plan? So we're gonna have Rocky stripped down,
I don't need
and
to hear
he's
it.
not gonna wear any clothes at all. It's gonna be great.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't need to hear this anyway.
All right,
Rocky
well,
can tell me later.
look, guys, time is running out. I think like Lem there is he's kind of got the right idea. I think we need to hit her before she's able to do something. She mentioned some sort of ritual, and I kind of get the impression that that's going to take place either at the grand opening or immediately before. And I think we do our best to probably try to stop that in advance. Now,
So let's burn it down.
Let's
Worked
do
last
it.
time, right?
So I can jump us into the big tent, okay? But from there, we need to figure out what the course of action should be once we're inside. Now, I know Lem has the Zippo. Maybe he could run to the tent and burn it once we're inside. What are your ideas? I'm not great with the whole planning thing. I mean, maybe I should get naked? I don't...
Hey, Lem,
Yeah.
Get naked.
Yeah.
how do you feel about reliving your glory days?
Fire good. Oh, what? Sorry, drifted off there.
So, we might need a repeat performance of 1947. How are you feeling?
I feel as good as I did yesterday. Plus, I found another Zippo in my other pocket. I got 2.
Just douse him in gas and send him in.
It sounds like this place is going to go up twice as fast now, so
Yes, well, tell you what, we'll double our odds. You pick the Zippo you like the best, all right? And one of us will take the other ones. That way, if something happens to you, we don't lose both of our Zippos, all right?
Yeah, that's good. 2's better than 1. Well, I was taught back when they had math.
And very slowly and gingerly just reach across and, like, push one of the Zippos out of his hands and just up and slowly bring it back.
But that's my second favorite.
And it was lit, you jackass. Now your hand's burnt.
Rocky's immolated. He's running around.
Oh, yeah, all right, but make sure to return it when you're done, all right?
I promise. I'll make sure you get your Zippo back.
I'll break his legs if he doesn't.
That's my Roy.
So we know. So that's our plan. We're gonna just show up and try and burn the place down.
Well, I still
think
think
we've-
like maybe a little bit of a distraction would be good. You sure about the whole clothes situation?
You can distract them. You can run right into the belly of the tent.
Well,
You can
I think-
distract them for
so
us.
Honestly, I think you're the best distraction, Charlene. You're what she wants. You're the object of her desire. If you showed up,
You're
she loses all focus
expendable.
on everything else.
true, but I need to get close enough to get the other stone. So if she is distracted somehow, then I can use my power to jump right next to her once we figure out her exact location inside the tent and just pluck it from her necklace.
Why do you think you would be able to do that?
Magic powers. Hello.
Yes, but she also has magic powers, and she's had them for far longer.
And her powers aren't just knowing what's for dinner. That's all you do.
Well, look, I believe she is probably otherwise distracted with Pippa too. I'm not sure
Then
what
we
it
don't need
is.
another distraction.
I'm not.
I mean, we have enough dealing with Pippa 1. We don't need Pippa 2 as well.
Well, we need all of the assurance and insurance we can get. So if we want to double up our policy, I think, unless you guys are going to stand there and look pretty, we have Lem burning one side of the tent and Rocky burning the other. What's Roy doing?
I have a gun that shoots fire, and I'll pull up the flare. It seems like that's a little easier to do than a Zippo.
Nice.
Well, what if she has, like, I don't know, our bodyguards, that big burly dude I see?
Fire extinguishers?
Who's going to deal
You
with
want?
him?
I can shoot them.
Okay, so you're going to be on the lookout for the muscle. Got it.
It's not what I said.
You'll be our bodyguard. Will you be my bodyguard?
No,
Okay.
You'll be
I'll
my
be
bodyguard.
Lem's.
Lem's bodyguard.
What?
Lem, you can call me Al.
I can call you Al. Okay. No, that's not how it goes. Okay, so let me get this straight. We burn everything and then we get out. No.
Yes,
Okay, got it. Just burn it to the ground. I
that's
like it.
the main point.
I like it.
Disco Inferno.
Let's do it. High five.
And I'll high five and break Lem's hand.
Ah, it was my second
That was a
favorite.
Zippo hand.
Zippo high five. Tink.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so let's see if we get this straight. So I'm gonna zap us in. We're gonna do our little jumpy jump and scatter. Right? We'll just scatter. I'll go straight for the necklace. If you guys can provide any kind of backup or have my back or something, that would be nice. Just in case there's anybody else there, but that's our plan.
Okay.
Do we want to like stop and maybe get some gas on the way? You can't hurt. Just some side of the
snacks.
tent, and then you go for the.
Yeah, use your magic powers to douse the whole thing in gas.
Just blink around with the gas. And dead.
Blink,
And
pour,
dead.
blink, pour.
Oh, don't worry about gas. That thing goes up in a flash. Trust me.
All right, we don't need gas.
I'm speaking from experience.
True. You look kind of dumb, Rocky.
All right, if Lemon says it goes up, it goes up.
It goes up.
They definitely have not improved their tent.
Nope. They're made out of recycled plastic now, but still melt. All right, where are we going? I'm ready. Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus ain't gonna follow us where we're going, Lem.
Yeah, he is. We're not going that
Jesus
far.
wheels.
Up, pussy.
All right, so you're going. Okay, so let's get this straight. So I'm gonna be dropped on one side of the tent. Lem's gonna be dropped on the other side of the tent, and then you're going in with Roy.
Oh,
that's not Shirley.
Or is it?
No,
Body swap.
sorry guys. We have to go in as a group together. We're going to be
Can't
landing.
Nightcrawler people around.
We're going to be dropping in one particular spot, hopefully as close to where we assume that she's going to be. And we need to strike.
You don't want to
fast.
start back in the maybe element of surprise back in the shadows.
I kind of think that she's going to have some folks. I mean, it's up to you, whichever way you would like to strategize this. But I think striking fast and furious, which I heard is a great movie, is going to be the best method. But if you would rather stealth it, would
I
you
think
rather
stealth is for
stealth it?
dorks.
How's your stealth looking?
I mean, I have successfully made a stealth roll before, so you
So have I.
can say I'm kind of an expert.
But not with this character. No.
I don't mean to brag, but
I'm
I've
just
made a
worried about
successful
covering
stealth roll
ground.
this scenario.
That's true.
I mean, Lem doesn't move all that quickly.
Yeah, but I mean, he just walked up
lightning.
before. It's not
Watch me
like
go.
Lem had teleportation in
me
the
go.
past. Wasn't invented yet.
All right, where did I put my roller skates?
I mean, if you want to chance her, just all right. I mean,
Well, hon,
I'll
it's up
sprint
to you.
for the edge.
I trust you implicitly. If I can drop us wherever you think is be the best spot for it. It's totally up to you.
I just want to be dropped at my lounger with Sports Center on.
all right. So here's the game plan. Charlene, you're going to jump us into the tent as close as you can get us to Starbuck. Roy, you're going to pull your flare gun and fire straight up. At the same time, Lem and I are going to split left to right and head for the edges of the tent.
It's not at all what I was gonna do, but okay.
That's what you're
Well,
doing. He told you.
You can
can't,
do what you want.
can't act on your own. Once you're there.
Roy's going to Roy, so we know that much.
Right? Have you ever done anything someone's told
That
you?
way
that
we're
you're going
dividing
to
her
do?
He
attention.
could have just guaranteed me not doing that.
At least three different directions. Hopefully she can't focus on all of us at once.
Did you say erections?
Have you been reading The Art of War, Rocky? Because you are a goddamn strategist.
This would be a little easier if I had... I don't even know where I left my revolver last I saw it.
I don't
Anyway.
know either.
All right, everyone understand what's happening here. We're good? Everyone got...
Aces.
What am I
I'm
doing?
good. Burn it all.
All right,
Here.
Charlene...
Rocky, you might need this. It's a Swiss Army knife. There's a corkscrew on there.
That'll work.
Oh, those are really great for taking out eyes.
Right into the foot.
Film.
There was a once time in
Pango, pango.
Ipanema, I took a guy's eye out with a corkscrew. Wasn't pretty for him.
Right before you jump, Gabe,
But
say Pango
we don't
Pango.
talk about Ipanema.
I'm going to. Don't worry.
That girl.
Anyway, I'm
Ipanema.
getting distracted. Charlene, do your thing.
All right, boys. Here we go. Hands. Form a circle. Jerks.
Touching hands.
That's
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so all we have to do is count to 3, and we'll be there. Okay. Prepare, guys. Particularly Roy there. Just keep your eyes closed and take a deep breath right before we count down. Okay.
I'll open my eyes and exhale.
That'll help a little bit with the disorientation at the end. Lem, you're fine. You're already disoriented
teleportation.
enough. So, and are you guys ready?
Sure.
As ready as I'll never be.
3, 2, clothing optional 1. And you guys blink. When you open your eyes,
not the angels.
When you open your eyes, you are standing in the big top. You see Madame Starbuck just a few feet away, grasping Pippa by the shoulders. They're both wearing the same black dress. Now, that's got to be pretty embarrassing.
That's tacky. Clearly, one of them is going to have to change.
And in Pippa's hands, she's cradling a doll. In Madame Starbuck's hands, she's holding another doll in 2 pieces. And for some reason, the midsection of this doll is dripping blood. And they both look to you in surprise.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And I think
I
that's
go,
where
"What?
we'll,
Right?"
I think that's where we'll leave it.
No, they're all gonna laugh at you.
We're gonna laugh at you. Tune in next time as we play another reel
Damn
of
it,
the
Randy.
Lovecraft tapes. All right, guys. Any thoughts and theories about what's going on? Seems
No,
pretty cut and dried this time around. Although
Yeah,
I think Pippa's got more.
Oh, I got a plan.
Shit's gonna burn, yo.
Yeah, but do you have any other ideas?
I'm gonna
of what's
drape
happening?
a flag over my body.
My theory is that this will be the first plan that will ever go perfectly and nothing
Yeah,
will go
I think
wrong.
you're right.
Thanks, Rosie.
Roll for wrong.
Smashing the patriarchy. Hell yeah. Yeah. So Pip, any new thoughts based on what has happened to you this scenario?
Well, I definitely feel more powerful. I feel like a clarity. So, I think
Your
that'll
allergy
be
medication is kicking in.
right. That's what it feels like. It's like that moment of clarity before the sleepiness hits
Right.
from your allergy pill.
Yeah.
Ah,
You get about an hour, and you're like, I can do anything and breathe.
Any
I can breathe.
Any thoughts about the dolls?
I do not like what she did to
Tina.
Quinlan.
How about to Tommy?
At all. I'm not as upset about Tommy because he was a jerk and
little
chauvinist, and but it's a human being. You can't do that to human beings. And I'm assuming she's teaching me a lesson by ripping him in half or trying to show how weak and minuscule they are.
Men.
So,
Nice.
but letting me save her. You know, I'm cradling her, so she obviously listened somewhat.
And Roy, any thoughts about Declan and that whole situation?
I think the only way that he's keeping going is to not think.
Yeah.
And any
He will address it at a later date.
Sure. And any thoughts from Gabe, the player?
Kind of bummed that I'm not gonna ever get my old body back,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'll live, I guess.
You don't know how long I've had Declan chasing you.
Yeah, he didn't do a good job of it.
No, he was deteriorating.
I mean, he's
almost
a
from
zombie.
Day
What
one.
do you expect?
Yeah.
You would think we would hear about that somewhere.
Well, you
Like,
actually
on the-
did. You just didn't take notice.
Okay, well,
Oh.
you would think I
What?
would take
Us
notice.
not notice something?
You would think I would take
Impossible.
notice, he says.
How about that?
It was a.
How
it
about
wa-
me not listening?
It was a newscast, probably either the prologue or epilogue. Epilogue, I'm quite sure, that reported the disturbed, and I think even missing remains
Oh,
of the
yeah, I do
gravesite.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. I
Yeah.
didn't. I just assumed that. Look, I never would have thought that.
Good. Good. I'm
We
glad.
want things that I wouldn't have thought. That's
What a
one
twist.
Right.
Yeah. I was trying to actually get him to you guys when he could still
Making
make a
his
difference, or
way
when there
back
could be a
to
body swap
you,
thing
babe.
situation back. But at this stage, he was just too far gone. So that
Too far, yeah.
had happened. It
Being
kind of made
buried
sense
and-
in the whole the way things have shaped up in Arkham. So, but I wanted to put a cap on that. So, yeah,
That means I'm gonna die.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not. I mean, Roy's body died for sure, but no,
Right.
you're perfectly fine. You're fine. All right. Anything else, Rocky? You got any ideas, thoughts, new thoughts?
Rocky's never had a thought before.
Lem is your new best friend.
No, Lem hates him.
I'm over it. Everybody hates me at this point. So, we're just going to lean into
Well, I believe there is a Team Rocky going on, so hashtag Team Rocky.
Yeah, okay.
All right, guys. Well, now it's time for some hashtag Recommendos, where we share some of our geeky obsessions. So please roll the Hondo.
Dang.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Ooh, nicely
I
done.
got a 36.
17.
54. So it's going to be Brian, Gabe, Matt, and then me. So, Bri, go ahead and start us off, buddy.
My recommendo is, hey, Matt, what was that recommendo I needed? My recommendo, surprisingly, is made for Netflix movie series called Fear Street. Have you heard of it? Mm-hmm. It expands over 3 movies in different time periods. The first one is 94, and then they go to 1978, and then 1966, or 1666. And basically, it's traveling the curse that's been put on their town. They're trying to figure this out. But what captured me is the special effects and the gore. It is very well done. One of the best, and this is saying a lot because the Fly 2 elevator scene, one of the best semi-decapitation deaths I've ever seen in a movie. And that was in the first one in 1994. So even if you don't want to watch the rest, watch that first movie. But it's basically a bunch of teens that figure out that they're cursed, and they're trying to figure out how to break the curse as people in their town keep dying. And it's become a norm that people die in Shadyside. So they accidentally stumble on something, and now the attention is drawn on them, and someone or something is trying to kill them. So their goal is to try to figure out how to stop that and save themselves initially, but then over the series, the other 2 movies, they want to save the town and try to save everybody that they can at that point. It's just fun, campy, but again, the special effects and the gore and it really touches that little tiny bit in my brain that needs to have that over the top surprise, which is hard to surprise at this point in all the movies that I've seen. But there's still at least 3 or 4 incidents across the movies that surprised me that I didn't think they were going to go that route and that I didn't think would have happened. And it was pretty damn cool to see somebody stepping outside of the box and actually making a movie with something original. which usually it's paying homage to way back then. It was really well done. I enjoyed all three of them. So check them out. They're called Fear Street, and you can find them on Netflix, and it's a series of 3 movies.
Cool. I'm trying to remember. Were those like an R.L. Stein thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
they were
based
books,
on, yeah.
sort of
These
like the
obviously
young
stepped
adult.
it up. I mean, it's modernized and stuff. It's not. The 2 main characters are 2 girls that one of them moved to the opposite side of the tracks, which is Sunnyside, which was a little. I was like, oh, this is going to be corny, but and they were dating at one point, but broke up because she moved across with her mother that got a divorce from her dad.
Cool.
But then meet back up at a football game. And it's basically you're following those 2 throughout,
Gotcha.
rooting for their relationship, and sometimes not, but mainly the focus was on the killers and the dead and the curse, and it just has basically everything in it. So it was fun. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, it's on my list to watch. I just haven't got around to it
Scratched
yet.
that itch I had.
Cool.
I liked it.
Get some salve or something. Put it on that itch. It'll clear right up.
Some moist ointment.
I was going to say, I got a really nice moist ointment for you.
All right, thanks, B. Gabe, you're up next.
I'm gonna recommendo a movie that I thought was gonna suck. I'm recommending Suicide Squad.
You mean The Suicide Squad?
The Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad. I thought this movie was gonna suck because I think the Suicide Squad is stupid, and I think that John Cena I hate him, and I don't think that Idris Elba is very good, though he was very good in this. What I didn't account for is that James Gunn is awesome. I mean, I've seen every other James Gunn movie, and I loved all of them, but for whatever reason, going into this movie, I was like, this is gonna suck. Because I watched this the same day I watched Space Jam 2, and at the end of Space Jam 2, I said, that was fucking garbage, but I bet Suicide Squad will still be worse. And I was so wrong. It was just a lot of fun. Everything that I can say I liked about it, I can just point at James Gunn and say that's the reason why. I mean, if you haven't watched all of his movies, watch all of his movies. I mean, his cast, his Michael Rooker, Nathan Fillion, Sean Gunn, they're in this. They're all great.
Nice.
I love all of them. And it just kind of does all the things that the original movie kind of failed at. There's actual suspense. It's actually the Suicide Squad. Some great acting. I mean, I don't know her name, but the chick that plays Amanda Waller is fantastic. I think that Harley Quinn is overused and doesn't really belong here, but Margot Robbie does her well. John Cena does his character well, where he basically just plays the asshole that he is in real life as a character. So, I don't know, I just thought it was a blast. It's gory, which it needed to be. It's funny. All the jokes land pretty much. And, it's got a very good lighthearted feel to it that DC really needed, because I like DC better than Marvel, but they have not done well in the movie front. And this really just... It was a great film, and I couldn't recommend it more. I watched it twice, which I don't do very often, at least that quickly. So, there you go. That's the Suicide Squad. It's on HBO Max or in theaters right now.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm sort of on the fence too. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to watch this, but I love James Gunn stuff. So
it's a James Gunn movie.
Yeah.
Look at it like that. It's really...
Yeah, Super is like one of my favorite James Gunn movies.
I love
of all
Super.
time. So incredibly good. Okay, Matt, you're up.
All right. So I'm going to tread a bit off the beaten path tonight. I'm not going to be recommending a game. We're going to be a little more old-fashioned to that. And I'm going to recommend a book. Because, we don't get enough book recommendos around here.
Can't read.
So I'm going to recommend this that I just picked up right here. It's called It's kind of hard to see with my green screen, but it's called How to Invent Everything: A Survival Guide for the Stranded Time Traveler. And what it is it starts out as an introduction and a repair manual for a time machine that you just rented. However, you get not too far into the book, and the book flat out tells you that you can't repair your time machine. You're screwed. So the guy who is supposedly writing this manual then goes on to basically describe how to figure out where you are in time, and from there tells you how to totally reinvent human society. From starting with things like written and spoken languages to setting up concrete numbers and math and things like agriculture, how to take care of animals, all the way up to like bartering and trading systems and currency. And it basically is a really fun, really informative look at how we came to be as humans, how things evolved over the decades, and how it could have been done better had we known before. So if you have ever been interested in time traveling and you're a little bit worried about what happens if you get stuck, there's a book out there for you. It's called How to Invent Everything. This is a survival guide for the stranded time traveler, and it's by Ryan North.
Cool.
All right, nice. Very cool. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to finish this up here, guys. I'm going to recommend a movie as well. This is from 1989 called Dead Calm. Directed by Philip Noyce, who later went on to direct The Quiet American, which is a really cool spy thriller, I believe, that had, who's the guy from The Mummy? I can't think of his name. Brendan Fraser. And I believe Michael Caine might have been in that one, too. I can't quite remember. But very accomplished director. Started out in 89. I don't think this is his first movie, but it's certainly among his firsts. Starring Nicole Kidman, Sam Neill, and Billy Zane. And that's pretty much it. Those are kind of the three people. It follows the story of a Navy man who returns home from service to an unexpected tragedy. His wife is en route, who is Nicole Kidman, to pick him up at the train station and gets in a wreck. And their son dies terribly, like a little 4-year-old or something like that. He goes flying through the windshield. One of the greatest kid deaths in cinema. It's incredibly beautiful, actually, when you see his little body go hurtling through the windshield. So, of course, as you might expect, they have some problems. She has some problems. And in order to cure her, they take an extended sailing vacation, I guess, around the world. And he helps her to just sort of level out and stop relying on medication. And slowly but surely, she's beginning to heal. But then they encounter a stranded ship and a man who is taking a rowboat from this stranded ship. And he's clearly has been at sea for many weeks or whatever and has had no food or water for a few days. And he's freaking out and the whole thing. That's Billy Zane. And he basically says that his ship is on the verge of sinking and all of his shipmates have died because of botulism, some bad tinned food. And that's it. And he's been stranded. So they take him in, but Sam Neill, of course, is a little suspicious of this guy. His story doesn't track out because Sam's a Navy guy, so he kind of knows what's going on a little bit. And he decides to row over while the guy's sleeping and check out the boat and finds terrors upon the boat. And, of course, proof that the guy is not exactly who he says he is. And things didn't transpire the way that he said it did. But by the time he gets back to his own boat, Zach has knocked out Nicole. Zane has knocked out Nicole and steals the boat. So then what happens is a cat and mouse game between Sam Neill trying to stay alive long enough to get to the boat to save his wife. And she is simultaneously trying to outwit Billy Zane and save her husband. So it's super suspenseful, nice little 3-character act. And what I like best about it is that the characters are very smart in what they do. And so each of the cat and mouse levels builds and builds and builds to a very satisfying climax, I believe.
Nice.
You do get to see some nudity, so Nicole is willing to bear all here.
Nicole?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And
Sam Neill, baby.
Sam Neill, baby. He does take off his shirt. So does Billy Zane. So there you go. But it's just a fun movie, and it's very suspenseful. It has a very Hitchcockian kind of feel to it, and I just love it because it's early or late 80s rather, and it has a certain vibe, and I highly recommend it. So Dead Calm. Currently it's on Shudder, but I think you can find it other places too. So it's pretty cool.
Barnice.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this episode of Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you prefer. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at lovecrafttapes.com with links to all our hashtag recommendos and social media channels, including Reddit, YouTube, and our Discord server, where you can chat with us in real time. You can find me on Twitter at lovecrafttapes.
And if anybody wants to write me a fully fledged parody of Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire" called "We Are Going to Start the Fire," you can send that to me on Twitter at The Real Weird Kid.
And if anybody can tell me a good funny quip to insert here in post, you can find me at Lovecraft Gabe.
5 days later. If anybody can let me know if this dress is flame retardant, that'd be great at Brian Podcast.
Until next time, roll for dollies.
I like dollies.
Fun fact, flammable and inflammable mean the exact same thing.
Nicely done. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching on Twitch there. Appreciate all the tips, guys, tonight. That was a lot of fun. Just the tips. That's all we care about.
Justin Tips?
Justin Tips. He did tip, actually. So appreciate that.
That's his stage
Thanks,
name.
Justin.
He's not good at stage names.
All right. That's going to be it for the stream. Have a good night. See ya.
Good night.